At this moment, Kobe was still trying to run as fast as he could, but he was spotted by a woman. This delighted her, because capturing Kobe would bring them a lot of money. Thus, they chased after Kobe, while Kobe was trying to buy time for everyone, so they could escape the island. At this moment, Kobe recalled when he was first captured by Blackbeard. Blackbeard told Kobe, "I will turn this island into an official nation." This delighted him and his subordinates, and he would name it the Blackbeard Kingdom. But Kobe said he couldn't do that, because he would turn it into a criminal kingdom. However, Blackbeard said he would use Kobe's life to negotiate with the world government. Suddenly, Kobe told him he was a member of Sword, which surprised Aokiji, but Blackbeard didn't know what Sword was. Suddenly, Aokiji told Blackbeard to forego the negotiation, because Kobe was a member of Sword. Although he was a Marine, he had abandoned Marine rules. This meant he had resigned and no longer worked directly for the Marines. Therefore, the Marines and the world government would not care about him. This delighted Blackbeard, because Kobe dared to confront him. However, Blackbeard decided not to change his plan, because even though Kobe was a member of Sword, he was still a hero. So, Blackbeard was sure the world government wouldn't be able to ignore him. At this moment, Kobe was still being chased, so he decided to go rescue Moria. Suddenly, Kobe heard Marines attacking the harbor. It turned out there were 3 Marine soldiers attacking here. Even bullets had no effect on them, which amazed the pirates. Thus, the pirates attacked these Marine soldiers. Surprisingly, his body immediately recovered. On another side, a girl was using a whip to strike the houses, causing them to move like pets. It turned out she was Kujaku, and she had eaten the whip fruit. At this moment, Kobe was surrounded by pirates, which made him worried. But outside the island, Garp and his fleet had arrived, because he was determined to rescue Kobe. While Kobe was surrounded by pirates, he didn't know how to escape, because Kobe's hands and feet were shackled, which delighted the pirates, because Kobe's bounty was very high. When they shot at him, suddenly their bullets turned into flowers. This amazed the pirates. They realized this was similar to Vegapunk's experiments, which earned him the Nobel Peace Prize. They didn't know who did this. It turned out that his teammates had come to rescue him. Kobe recognized her as Hibari. She told Kobe that it was flower bullets that made flowers bloom from gunpowder. This prevented the enemies from using their weapons. But Hibari blushed when she saw Kobe. At this moment, Marine Rear Admiral named Prince was observing everything. He realized that Kobe was safe, so their mission had been accomplished. It turned out he was a clay human, which allowed him to create and control clay, while Prince's 3 clay puppets were holding the pirates in place, causing them to worry because these clay puppets could not be destroyed. Thus, they fell into Prince's trap. It turned out that Kujaku had controlled the houses to move close together, surrounding the pirates. At this moment, Toshigi informed Garp. Prince said that everything was ready. This pleased Garp very much, so he jumped up and landed a powerful punch on the ship, causing the ship to fly toward the island at high speed. Meanwhile, Kobe realized that everyone had come here to rescue him, which made him very happy and grateful to Hibari. This made her continue to blush. Suddenly, Kobe realized that the pirates were terrified. It turned out they saw Garp's ship flying toward them. This shocked them, as they couldn't understand why a marine ship was flying through the sky. But when they saw the person standing on the ship's bow, it terrified them, because he was the marine hero. Garp shouted, "I'm here to rescue you, Kobe." It surprised Kobe. While the pirates were extremely frightened, Garp released his Conqueror's Haki and jumped up. He concentrated his Conqueror's Haki into his fist. Meanwhile, Kobe didn't understand why Garp came to rescue him. So, Garp said to Kobe, "Because you are the future of the Marines, and you are my beloved student." Then, Garp unleashed his Galaxy Impact move. Unexpectedly, his punch created a massive explosion, destroying the entire town, causing the pirates and Kobe to be blown away. At this moment, Garp's ship was also falling. Fortunately, Prince quickly created clay to stop the ship. Thus, Garp defeated all the pirates here, leaving Kobe and Hibari astonished, because Garp had destroyed the entire town with just one punch. While the pirates still refused to give up and wanted to fight Garp, but the Marines immediately surrounded them, and they forced them to surrender. At this moment, Garp was still not satisfied with the outcome, because he had been a bit lenient, causing the pirates to be irritated, since he had destroyed the entire place. Suddenly, Garp saw Kapi, which made everyone feel relieved, because Kapi was still okay. It made Helmeppo cry, while Prince felt uncomfortable, because Garp called Kapi the future of the Marines. so he would bring Copy down. At this moment, everyone was very happy, because they were able to bring Copy back home, making Copy happy, because everyone had come to rescue him. Meanwhile, Garp didn't understand why the shackles hadn't been removed yet. Hibari said that they couldn't remove the shackles. Suddenly, Hibari was frozen, causing Garp and Copy to be surprised. Fortunately, Copy managed to catch her. It turned out that Aokiji had appeared, causing everyone to be surprised. So, Copy asked Aokiji to melt the ice for Hibari. Suddenly, the pirates called Aokiji their captain. Thus, Garp realized that Aokiji wouldn't easily undo his abilities. It turned out that after the battle between Akainu and Aokiji 2 years ago, to compete for the position of Fleet Admiral, but Aokiji failed, so he decided to leave the Marines. Sometime later, Aokiji arrived at Blackbeard's territory, and he froze both the town and Blackbeard's subordinates, making him furious and search for Aokiji. At this moment, Blackbeard forced him to nullify his devil fruit power. When Blackbeard was about to attack Aokiji, he advised Blackbeard not to use his devil fruit powers, otherwise he would shatter Blackbeard's subordinates. At this moment, Blackbeard is very angry, because Aokiji is provoking him. He immediately uses Haki and breaks the door of the bar. Blackbeard does not understand why Aokiji is here. Aokiji says that he is very bored. Blackbeard asks, "Is it Akainu who made you bored?" Everyone thinks that the two will fight each other. Unexpectedly, they start a drinking party together. This makes everyone very happy. At this moment, Blackbeard asks, "What did Akainu do to you?" So, Aokiji began to tell Blackbeard about their deadly battle. He even lost a leg due to Akainu. This surprised everyone. Although Akainu didn't lose any body parts, Aokiji had still managed to injure him all over his body. This made Blackbeard's crew very excited. At that moment, Burgess informed Aokiji that there are 4 poneglyph stones in the world, besides Kaido and Big Mom holding 2 of the poneglyph stones. The remaining 2 poneglyph stones have not yet been found, but Blackbeard knows that a man with a burn scar is holding one of the poneglyph stones. This made Aokiji very interested and show off his own burn scar. Lafitte mentioned that the man is on a black ship. However, those who approach the ship are swallowed by a giant whirlpool. Lafitte thinks that this is the ability of the man. Shiryu thought that he might be someone from the world government, because the world government wants to keep a piece of poneglyph to prevent pirates from obtaining the One Piece treasure. Blackbeard then asked Aokiji if he knew anything about it, but Aokiji couldn't remember seeing any poneglyph stones in Ohara. He only remembered the death of his close friend, because his friend dared to oppose the world government, and Aokiji had allowed Robin to escape. They realized they couldn't extract any useful information from Aokiji, so Lafitte suggested that Blackbeard take Aokiji's devil fruit powers. Suddenly, Aokiji immediately froze the entire bar, because he had overheard their plot. This made Aokiji very angry, and he froze many members of the Blackbeard pirates, causing them to panic. Because Aokiji's powers were so strong, Shiryu and Devon felt excited. They wanted to obtain Aokiji's devil fruit. This made Aokiji even more enraged and he released his powers. But Blackbeard immediately apologized, because his teammates were too reckless. Blackbeard asked Aokiji, "Do you want to join my crew?" This surprised everyone. Blackbeard realized that Aokiji still didn't have a place to go. This made Aokiji find the situation quite amusing. Blackbeard said that his crew would definitely cause a great storm in the world. He assured that they were definitely different from the Marines. But Aokiji still didn't trust Blackbeard just because of a few drinks. Blackbeard said that the members of his crew were not close to each other, because pirates were just a group of people sharing benefits. So, he asked, "Do you need freedom?" Finally, Aokiji agreed to join Blackbeard's crew. At this moment, Aokiji was facing off against Garp. This surprised Garp. Garp told Aokiji to return Hibari to her original state, and told him to return to the Marines. But Aokiji felt that Garp was still a nuisance, so he immediately activated his devil fruit powers to prepare for a fight with Garp. Thus, Garp told Copy to step aside. Aokiji said, "I will live the way I want." This made Garp angry, so he released his haki. Suddenly, Aokiji immediately froze Garp's legs, and he continued to freeze Garp's body. This made everyone very worried about Garp. Aokiji asked Garp, "Are you trying to kill your old disciple just to save your current one?" This made Garp amused. "Didn't I always teach you to live in the present?" Garp then broke through Aokiji's ice, surprising everyone. Aokiji continued to attack Garp. but Garp blocked all his attacks. Aokiji continuously created ice and fired it towards Garp. However, Garp broke through Aokiji's ice. Very quickly, Garp caught Aokiji. Although Aokiji tried to escape, he was still hit by a powerful blow from Garp and fell to the ground, causing the entire island to shake and creating a large crater in the ground. At this moment on Winter Island, Blackbeard and Law were fighting fiercely against each other. But in the end, Blackbeard emerged victorious. Law and his crew were all defeated by Blackbeard. It turns out that Blackbeard's goal was to obtain the Ope fruit. Beppo saw that Law was in danger. This made him worried. Suddenly, Beppo remembered that Chopper had given him a special medicine. So, Beppo decided to take it. Meanwhile, Blackbeard was very pleased, because he planned to use the Ope fruit to make himself immortal. As he was about to take Law's devil fruit, suddenly, Beppo immediately transformed into Sulong form. Beppo then attacked them to save Law. This surprised Blackbeard. He couldn't understand how Beppo could transform without the presence of the moon. At this moment, Beppo's strength was on another level. He easily overwhelmed Blackbeard's crew. Suddenly, Beppo reverted to his normal form. He couldn't maintain the Sulong form for too long, but Beppo remained determined to save his captain, so Beppo immediately carried Law and swam out to sea. Meanwhile, Law was still worried about his other crew members, but Beppo reassured him that no one would die. No matter what happens, they would overcome it. Burgess continued to throw rocks at Law and Beppo, causing them to fall into the sea. Finally, Beppo and Law managed to escape from Blackbeard. However, Blackbeard was very pleased, because Law's pirate crew had been completely defeated. At this moment, Buggy announced to the Cross Guild they would shake the entire world. On the side of Sengoku and Suru, they were worried, because many Marines had been hunted down. This made them feel uncomfortable, because now the Marines are also being targeted by the pirates with bounties. They realized they needed to quickly eliminate the Cross Guild, otherwise, the Marines would continue to weaken. Suddenly, Sengoku saw Hina, so he asked where Garp was. But Hina said that Garp had gone to rescue Copy. This surprised Sengoku, because they had intruded into the territory of Blackbeard on their own. Meanwhile, Buggy was very pleased, because this person had killed a vice admiral. This made him very worried, because from now on, he would be pursued by the Marines. But Buggy said he would accept him into his crew. This made everyone very happy, because Buggy was one of the 4 emperors. At this moment, Buggy's subordinate announced the Cross Guild's ship was completed. This made him very excited, so Buggy went to check out his ship, which shocked Buggy, because this ship looked just like him. This made Buggy terrified. Suddenly, Crocodile and Mahawk arrived. They were very displeased, because Buggy had previously promised to build them an amazing ship, but the ship was too ugly. So, Crocodile and Mahawk took Buggy into the meeting room to beat him, because Buggy was merely a puppet for Crocodile and Mahawk. At this point, Crocodile realized that they had become a threat to the Marines. Therefore, they needed to build a military nation. They could even threaten any force. Meanwhile, Buggy was very worried, because this was not the life he had dreamed of, and he was just a decoration for Cross Guild, which made Buggy feel very distressed. So, he decided to reclaim his voice. Suddenly, he began to blame Crocodile and Mahawk, because their goals were too small. This made Crocodile and Mahawk start paying attention to him. Buggy said that Shanks' crew had begun to act to obtain One Piece. Buggy told them he and Shanks were once members on the Pirate King's ship, but Buggy fell ill before reaching the final island. So, Shanks stayed behind to take care of Buggy. Therefore, neither he nor Shanks has ever been to Laugh-Tale, and it was Shanks who made him give up on his dream. It turns out that 24 years ago, right after Roger was executed, Buggy asked Shanks to go to Laugh-Tale with him. But Shanks changed his mind and no longer wanted to search for One Piece. This left Buggy in shock, because he always thought Shanks would become the next Pirate King. At that time, Shanks still asked Buggy to come with him, but Buggy refused and left in disappointment. Since then, Buggy always viewed Shanks as his enemy. Now, Buggy doesn't understand why Shanks decided to take action. So, Buggy shouted, "I want to become the Pirate King." Unexpectedly, he continued to be beaten by Crocodile and Mahawk. They thought Buggy was only good at talking. He didn't even have any plans to deal with the other Yonko. Suddenly, Buggy decided to prove himself. He then grabbed a transponder snail and announced to all his subordinates, "Let's go get the One Piece together." Which excited everyone. On the Revolutionary Army's side of Dragon, they received news that Sabo had returned. This made everyone very happy, because Sabo was still safe. When seeing Sabo, Koala was very pleased. At this moment, Sabo told everyone he returned by the ship from Lulusia. This surprised Ivankov, because that kingdom had disappeared, and Sabo had brought the refugees from Lulusia here. Suddenly, Koala kicked Sabo, because she was very worried about Sabo, and he hadn't bothered to contact them. However, Koala was very happy that Sabo had returned. At this moment, Sabo met with Dragon. They are very worried about Kuma. So, Sabo decided to tell Dragon and Ivankov all the terrible things he had seen at Mary Joie's. That's it for today's video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to support Oni-chan in the next videos. Thank you for watching. Love you always.